Oh, this hand is something. I think we're gonna keep it though. Matt's like, I don't want anything to do with this garbage pile. Hand's not great, but I think I'm okay with it. I needed to find one of my brews that didn't have Modern Horizons card, and this one only had 2 Force of Negations, so it fit the bill. I just cut the Force of Negations for other random cards. And haven't played this version in a while. I don't actually think it's better now, with Xerox being the main deck in the metagame. It just turns out that most of my Pyromancer decks, yeah, that's not happening. Just turns out that most of my decks lose to Pyroblast. Yeah, forces did not go down. I think opponent's probably on just Ziasbond. Lavinia is not great, but it's a clock, and I'm not going to cast anything off scroll anyways, so... Yeah, I've played against that BK deck a little bit. It's something. I mean, those are good cards against Xerox. Obviously, a Resolve Prelate on 1 is very good against Xerox, and Chalices on 1 is pretty good against Xerox. And Sevinne's should be good against Xerox, seeing as it's a value engine card. But, I'm gonna get Ancestral. BK decks are, if you look, BK decks are actually all the same. They just rotate out their like 2 flex slots. I guess BK Oath decks are a little bit different than BK Esper Piles. If you like just look at all of BK's lists from the past year, you'll start to see like a lot of trends. I actually recommend doing that. You can learn a lot that way. Opponent discarded a sphere? What does that mean? Ah. Okay. So I'd like to kill that if possible. Oh boy. So I can't even force if I want to, which is pretty sad. Yeah. That's pretty funny. I'm pretty happy opponent added some spirits to my clock, because I would be having some problems if they did not. Oh, there's a Glacial Chasm. That's not good for the home team. Opponent's digging pretty hard for a fast bond. They have a strip lock now, too. We're on a 3-turn clock, but they have a chasm at any time. We really just need to get rid of this Crucible. We do have a main deck Disenchant. I'm going to spin before we draw. Mentor's actually not really going to speed up the clock. I mean, kind of does. I mean, we're gonna draw. Maybe we would rather just draw probe so we have force of will. That way we can spin, look at the new card, crack, spin, see if we can't find disenchant. Maybe, do we even want to look at this third card? I think so. Snapcaster Mage. It's just not needed. Plus 5 mana to flashback an ancestral. Just don't see the need for it. We didn't find disenchant. And we have double counterspell, but counters don't really matter because we're not gonna be able to stop the glacial chasm. It's good to have a bunch of lands in play, I guess. Alright. Is this gonna be... what is this? Oh, there's a Riftstone portal. Okay, this is super good for us. We'll let this happen and then we'll just we'll get the fast spawn on the next turn here. Do we mana drain? Yeah, sure, let's mana drain. So opponent isn't dead right now, so they don't need to play a chasm yet. So they are still going to play a chasm anyways, though. Sacking. Yeah. So I'm just going to use the probe and get a new blue card just to start getting further down on this stack of on the top of our library. I could also just hard cast Reclamation and get a fetch land, which actually was probably better. Yeah, I probably should have done that instead because that does still give me my 1 mana for. I guess does it change anything by attacking? Probably just shouldn't attack. The opponent gets a turn here, and before they have to sack their chasm at the start of the turn and replay it with their crucible. So we really need to try to find a disenchant for this crucible. The opponent just draw a fast bond off the top. Alright, well, we're going to force it. Because they do have 2 mana currently. Bajuka Bog. Wasteland. Replay Bajuka Bog to hit me. So I can't refresh with Reclamation anymore, which is a little unfortunate. Guess we have a new Force of Will. So opponent now has to pay 4 life. So they have 1 more turn before they have to start replaying Chasm as their play for turn and losing a land. So they're going to respond by bazaring, I guess looking for a Life from the Loam. They could choose not to pay 4 and reset their chasm. That's some good shit. So they are going to pay 4. All right. So just need to find that disenchant. Bluebird's great. Don't be sad to lose to Bluebird. Dark Depths. That's a problem, right? Not yet. Alright, so we do... Is there still a swords on top? I guess swordsing a Dark Depths is not going to exactly help us, but there's no stage in our opponent's yard yet. Forgot they do play 1 of each, huh? Ooh. Trinket Mage can reset the clock, and it can get me a Manifold Key, which is pretty good. Do I want to get this swords first? Oh, man. Well, actually, they have to replay Chasm next turn no matter what, so this actually isn't a threat to us. They have to let Chasm get sacked and replay it, so... Yeah, let's click this Trinket Mage. Do we get the key? We can't even play... Maybe we wait 1 more turn. No, let's just play the Trinket Mage now. Let me get the Manifold Key. I'm not going to play the key, though. I want to hold up the ability to spin and then play Force of Will. So opponent has to let this Chasm go. And then they can replay Chasm on their turn here. Because a stage isn't going to do it. Because they'll die. Alright, so they replay Chasm. They probably just sack their Bog. And then we spin. We're looking for a Time Vault or a Disenchant. Gifts should win the game. Does Gifts win? Gifts might just not be in. Gifts. I mean, we're taking Gifts, no matter what. I think with a Reclamation, we should be able to win the game with the Gifts. I haven't figured out the exact package in my head, but... Fortunately, it's going to need a lot of mana. Because the key costs 2 and the Reclamation costs 4. So we would need an extra mana along the way. Alright, opponent has decided that's enough. Pretty sure we win there. I think it's like... It could be something like... Tolarian Academy, Time Vault, Tinker. No, maybe not Tinker. Tolarian Academy, Time Vault, Land, Lotus or something. Something. Anyways, what do we board in versus Ziasbond? Definitely Fragmentize. Maybe Snap, Disenchant, Time Vault, Tolarian. Something like that, yeah. Maybe that, yeah, maybe Snap, Disenchant, Time Vault, Tolarian. That's probably the pile. Because they can't afford to give Snap or Disenchant because we'll kill the Crucible and they'll lose. And they can't, and so they'll give us Tolarian, Time Vault, which they also can't give to us. So maybe they give us Snap, yeah. I think Snap, Disenchant, Tolarian, Time Vault would be the pile. Alright, so we'll bring in Fragmentize. Do we want any of these other cards? Maybe Needle? Maybe Caracas? Over like Library? Maybe this Crypt is fine as a Secret Mage target. Probably just want one swords. Probably just don't want any swords, actually. Well, if they board into if they board into the Oath package, we don't really care. We have Fragmentize for Oath. Well, maybe we should keep one swords in. Well, if they have the Oath package, it's Emrakul, right? So we don't even want swords against Emrakul. Do we still want Time Vault Key? I don't really think we need Time Vault Key. Let's just sub down on Time Vault Key. I like to do that a lot here. It does make the gifts a little weird, but you can still just value blue gifts piles. This is an odd hand, but I think this is probably a keep. Well, if opponent spheres us on turn 1, obviously that's a problem, right? And we don't have a Force of Will for Fastbond. So it gets a little worse. We can't cast either of the white spells currently, but we do have at least a 2-mana Academy. So we can play Needle and Spin. Yeah, I think this is just probably a mulligan. Ugh. This would also be a mulligan. What the heck? Why are you like this deck? I mean, that's our best hand by a large margin, so get rid of this, get rid of this, get rid of this. Fuck. Alright, we got 3-balled. Oh boy. All right, had a fun time. Everything was fun. Had a great. Oh my god. Oh boy. The all lands hand. Maybe. Having a good time. Having a good time. I have a lot of basics in my deck, so we draw some fetches and some basics. Opponent clearly isn't on anything either, so we might as well give it the old college try. Uh-oh, that's a green source. That's also a green source. Not like this. Not like this. That's good. I would love one of those. Thank you for asking. Now just 2 more of those, please. Thespian stage. So they're loaming now. I'm burning through the sky, yeah. You got it, fam. Unfortunate. Uh-oh. Everything taps for mana now. At least we were good enough to not keep the first hand. We were disciplined enough to not die. You love to see it. Unfortunate. Uh-oh, that's a strip mine. Alright, well, we had a good time. We did our best, and that's all that matters, really. Let's put this back in, and let's... And these cards are so bad. Let's take that card out. Maybe Dovin's fine. Dovin might actually be okay. I'm not boarding Dovin in. God damn it. I can't do it to myself. I can't. There will be no Dovining, alright? You're right. We probably do want library, actually. I thought we wouldn't want library because we want... No, this is not the kind of deck you want library with. The problem with library is we want to deploy all of our mana sources immediately so they don't get undersphered. I don't actually want another land drop. We already are super high on land drops. No, I don't think we want to... I don't think so. I disagree. I don't think it's the same as shops. I don't think we want more land, like a dead land drop like that. That's great. We both disagree. God bless. Pretty close to Tinker Time Walk here. It's gonna be a fast bond. That's unfortunate. Hope we're not dead. It would really suck if we were dead. What the fuck? Alright. Think we're safe? Looks like we're safe. God damn it! What the fuck? Ah, that's insane. How do they have it all? It's crazy. Wait, what? Wait, what? Why are we getting a turn? I don't understand. I mean, it's not gonna matter, right? I mean, we just put a Blightsteel in play and hope it's good enough, right? Well, then they can just strip mine it and we would lose, right? They have strip mine up. So why would you start with Time Walk if that was the case? Oh. Okay. Thanks, Cho. Appreciate that. Okay. That doesn't work. Nice. Because it's indestructible, and Tabernacle says destroy. So this doesn't work, in case anyone wanted to know. So this destroy creature. I'm gonna let them know. So this actually happened to me at a Grand Prix. I was playing Grixis Delver versus Lands, and my opponent had a Merit Lage in play. And I was like, why isn't your Merit Lage die? You didn't pay 1 for it. Duh, because it says destroy, like any normal permanent would say, right? Can't believe this reads destroy and not sacrifice, but that is the Tabernacle at the Pendrell Vale. So we were gifted that one. Gotta learn